It's the Gold Mike Podcast, where the mic is gold, and this is a podcast. I'm your host, Mark Paul, and today we got Cynthia G one more time. Now, Cynthia G was on Feminist and Thoughts live stream with another guy. We're not going to mention his name because he is one of those guys. For some reason, he is a black guy who believes that black women should stop dating black men, like they call it, divesting, and go to another group. And I would really want to ask this guy, if black women stop dating black men, what group of men are they going to go to? Like, let's be honest about this. Anybody that has this divestment type of a mindset, who thinks that, oh, if you're not getting what you want out of the black man, then you need to stop dating black men and start dating men of other races. Like, anybody that have that type of a mindset is really just flawed from the jump. Because how are you going to have a strong black community and you are urging black women to stop dating the people who look like her, stop dating the people who would understand her the most, and start dating men of other races who have no clue about the struggles that black people in general go through? It's like, why would you really think that divesting is conducive or even beneficial to the black woman? You know, but we're not going to spend too much time on that goofy dude. But we're here to talk about something else Cynthia G said on this stream. Okay, now Cynthia G, she making it her business to divide the black community, and this is exactly what she's doing. Before, she was speaking about genocide, via abortion, aborting black male babies specifically. As dumb as it sounds, she thinks that it's okay for black women to have unprotected sex with other black men, get pregnant, but if it's a male that she's having, that she needs to abort it, and if it's a female she's having, that it's okay to keep it. So she is promoting black male genocide via abortion. Now she is making it known that she believes that black men are a threat to black women. So let's get into the video. Boom, here it go. Now let's go.
Black men as a threat. You said that, which is why they won't stop sleeping with them.
By and large.
So basically, Cynthia G said the only reason why black women is still sleeping with black men is because black women does not see black men as a threat. And it's preposterous for her to suggest that black men are a threat to black women, as if this is true. It's like, it's just totally false. If you look at the statistics and data, yeah, everybody goes through everything. We know this. So for her to single out black men and say that they are a threat to black women is ridiculous, because time after time we see on the news how black women decide to date white men and end up dead. And that the white man end up killing her or abusing her kids. So it's like, who's the real threat here? But let's go.
They don't. They don't see black men as a threat. They don't think that there's a danger to becoming pregnant by black men. And
Cynthia G says there is a danger to becoming pregnant by a black man. And I really don't understand why she's able to come on YouTube and talk like this. It's like, why is she able to come on YouTube and talk like this and YouTube is not checking that? You know? But let's go.
with most of them, if you tell them that, they'll just tell you that you're subscribing to white supremacist ideology and propaganda.
Boom. So if you say that out loud, any logical person will say that. Any logical person will identify that, this is in fact white supremacist talking points, you know? So why would you want to continue white supremacist talking points, right? So why is that okay for her to do? I'm still boggled by this. Why? Why? But let's go.
Right, so if this is true, the next logical step as it relates to you, abort black male babies, would be what?
The first logical step will be to reprogram.
Wait, no.
So he asked, what is the logical step to take? And she say that black women needs to be reprogrammed. Basically, she's saying that black women needs to be brainwashed against the black man. And then you go and look at her content on her channel. Her channel is majority anti-black man. So is it fair to say that she is trying to brainwash black women into believing that black men are the enemy when we got white supremacists all around? We got to deal with white supremacists all the time. But she is saying that the black man is the problem. So it's like, what type of crap is that? Like, does she really know history? Like, they say the black woman is the most educated, not Cynthia G. Cynthia G is not the most educated. She does research to just support her BS narrative when you can find any information on the YouTube to support any narrative. So that doesn't automatically make it right, you know? But let's continue.
If it is true that black women don't see black men as a threat, what happens to your argument?
Nothing would happen to it because the first part of the argument is to educate. You have to get black women to literally see that this is your biggest threat, because black women...
Why would you have to convince somebody that something is a threat to them? Like, if something is a obvious threat to another person, you will see it off top. This is not something that is just gonna come from behind the corner and just smack you around. No, this is something that is very serious. This is super serious. And she is making a mockery of black men at the expense of black women. And she is basically trying to say black women are not smart enough to identify hazards within their life, and they are not smart enough to get rid of those hazards. And it's like, you got to take stuff on a case-by-case basis. You can't just look at what this handful of black men are doing and say this is what all black men are doing. Just like with black women, you got a lot of black dudes on YouTube who spill anti-black woman rhetoric, and they sound just as dumb, you know, trying to find every excuse to point the finger at the black woman. They sound just as dumb. So we got Cynthia G, who really thinks that black women needs convincing that the black man is a threat to them. How dumb does that sound? But let's continue.
Black
All right,
women
wait,
only.
wait, Sim. But if you do that, because your argument for abortion is reliant on that they don't see black men as a threat. But if you are saying you can teach them to see black men as a threat, you can no longer rely on that premise.
See, if for her to think that you need to teach somebody that they are in danger is retarded. Because like I said, you have to take things on a case by case basis. You can't say one thing for just take what a group of people are doing and say that's what all of these people are doing. It's just not fair. Just like with the women, you can't say that all women are hoes, all black women are hoes. They like to twerk. They think they're better than black. You can't say that because there is a lot of black women out there who is truly an ally to black men and will ride or die for black men. And for Cynthia G to really want to manipulate, and that's exactly what this is. This is manipulation. Manipulate black women into believing that black men are the biggest threat to them is sad. This is sad. It's like, what is your goal, Cynthia G? Do you want black women single, lonely, all for yourself? Like, what is your goal? Like, how do you think you are actually helping black women by speaking this way? By trying to brainwash them into believing one way when their instincts are telling them that it's not the same. It's not that way, you know? But I'm not going to spend too much more time on this video because there is a few more seconds left, and I believe my point is made, how Cynthia G wants to manipulate the black woman against the black man. It's totally obvious, and I just think Cynthia G needs to reach within her own personal life, and any traumas that she is dealing with black men, she need to go see therapy for it, because this is no excuse to try to project your shortcomings with black men onto a wide spectrum of black women. It's like, are you trying to keep all the black women to yourself? Are you a Lebesian? Are you a carpet muncher? Like, what is your point? If anybody can tell me what Cynthia G's point is, please comment it in the comment section. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it like this. It's the Gold Mic Podcast, where the mic is gold, and this is a podcast. I'm your host, Mark Paul, and I'm out.